Have you ever had an exciting nightlife and seen colorful culture? Ever experienced good service, relaxation, and duty-free fun shopping? If not, how would you like to experience it all? Today's guest will share her experience as she talks about the beautiful island of San Andreas, Colombia, and why San Andreas offers a varied culture experience for all ages. The Humanities Community Arts Department of Iowa Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Jennifer Medina Nabeita.
Thank you for joining us today for the new edition of The New Directors. All the people involved in this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you're about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes, working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they have completed, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is a person who is an NCC journalism major in the film and TV production course, and she comes from the beautiful country of Colombia. She is here today to talk about one of Colombia's top tourism destinations, the exotic island of San Andreas. Now, I would like you to meet our guest today, Karen Marin.
Hello.
Hi. So, why is San Andreas one of Colombia's top tourism destinations?
I would say because of their colorful culture. You know, as soon as you get there, you know, the people are so welcoming and they're so charismatic and just so vivid. And it's so good when you go to a place and they're happy and it makes you happy, which is great. And there's so much things to do, you know, whether it's for your family or as a couple, just a romantic getaway. You could do horseback riding, just relax at the beach, go shopping, especially for the Colombia's birthstone, which is the emerald. And a lot of people go shopping for that. It's a little expensive, but it's worth shopping for it. A lot of people also do diving and snorkeling and parasailing. And one of the top dishes over there is obviously the fish. There's a lot of fishing going on, and as soon as you go to even a nightclub at night, you still can order the fish and also coconut juices.
Could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
Well, I'm a journalism major, so I have to, it's a requirement to take the class. It never really appealed to me as something that I wanted to take, you know, something that is like important. I honestly never took it serious, but once I started, you know, going to the classes, I found it very knowledgeable. You know, I was pretty amazed at the things I learned because it sort of made me realize like if it was journalism was still what I wanted to do, you know, because it's really fun when you film, you know, and do productions, you know. It made me want to have my own TV show, you know, in the future. So it's great. And it's a good class and it's fun. It's hard, but I think if you're devoted to it, you're going to learn a lot.
What are some of the most useful things you have learned in the TV production course?
There's a lot of things I learned, but 2 things that like, stood out for me and were really helpful was the use of Avid, which is this system that specializes in video and audio production, and it pretty much helps you sort of capture the scenes, and it helps you create the sequences, and it helps you edit them and distribute them as like a whole big film, you know. And it's fun because it was useful when I did my Orange project, which you will see in a few. I also learned the good photographic compositions, like the 6 guidelines, which was simplicity, the rules of third, balance, geometrical shapes, etc. One of them that stood out for me was simplicity because it helped me a lot with my fall project. So, I mean, it was a lot.
Those are pretty useful things to learn. Tell us about the productions you created for the TV1 class, the sequences, the New England project, and your Orange project. Okay,
well, my first sequence was sort of like the learning process of it. It was my first action sequence, and it was just chips sequence, and I had a classmate of mine just go from one side to the other in a vending machine to get the chips. It was fun because, you know, it was my first time, but it came out good, and I was proud of it. And just to make a nice and smooth transition, from her to doing the numbers to everything, it came out pretty good. So I was really glad it did. The next one I did was my thief sequence, and it was it was great because I used one of my classmates to sort of steal my car. But it came out pretty good because from him coming down the stairs to picking up the keys to going to the car, as you can see, and sort of driving it. I had a lot of fun. It's something that I'm really proud of, and it might not be perfect, but I know it came out good. The next project I'm going to talk about, it's my fall project. It's Fall in Bruce Park. I chose Bruce Park, which is located in Greenwich, Connecticut. The reason I did it is because I found it to be pretty and simple, and I had a lot of fun because it made me appreciate nature more. And just the fact that I actually had to impress my teacher and I had to impress myself, so I devoted myself 100%. And this is my favorite shot. It's with the flower and the bee. I was really scared, but just the fact that I got such a beautiful picture out of it, I didn't really care.
That's an extreme close-up.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Thank you. The next one is my orange project. It's probably the funniest one because I use my boyfriend's nephew and niece, and it's pretty much just based on like the play date with Orangery. So it's just children playing with the little orange, and the little boy, tried to spoil it by scaring the orange, and so now he feels sorry that he made it cry. But it was great. I had a lot of fun. It's probably one of my favorite projects I've done.
Yeah, they all look like you had a lot of fun doing them, and they all look really good.
Thank you.
But I know you had one project that you felt was the best. Tell us about it while we watch a sample of the video and with the music you selected for it.
Well, the best project, it would be my New England project, so it's Fall in Bruce Park. The reason why it's my favorite is because, like I said, it made me appreciate nature more, noticing the details of the trees, the flowers, the grass. It was just amazed by their beauty, and the fact that I was able to use the good photographic composition guidelines that Professor Stoney taught me, such as the simplicity, picking one object and just get close to it, or the lines of rays, which was the S or the C's, and the converging lines, and geometrical shapes. As you can see in the bridge, there were square stones. That would be a line of rays, if you can see it's the S. And it pretty much helped me use my knowledge that I've learned. At first when I was filming it, I was pretty nervous, but from what I've learned, I know I did a pretty good job, and it was a project that I even showed my own family. They were impressed, because nobody would think I would do something like that. But it was nice.
Of course. So you mentioned a variety of things you have learned this semester. So what is the most important skill you have learned so far?
I wouldn't call it a skill, but I would say the use of your creativity. In this course, I was encouraged, and I was sort of in a way forced to think, to use my imagination, because I know that people say that probably the hardest thing is the storyboards. Yes, I admit, you have to draw and to sort of create scene per scene, but to me it's coming up with a great story, because you have to impress your audience. You have to impress yourself first, but your audience is important because you want to make them laugh, you want to make them cry, you want to make them feel something for it. So coming up with a story, it's really hard because you have to come up with a concept that's going to be yes, that's it. So I think that's one of the things that I really like, the fact that I can be creative, I can use my imagination.
That's great. So today we got to meet someone who shared her culture experience in San Andres, Colombia. As a new TV director, she hopes to use her TV1 knowledge as she will apply it in future personal experiences as she travels around the world. She also looks forward to use what she has learned in TV1 and put it to use as she creates new stories and develops them in storyboards. She also hopes to one day to produce TV shows and be a part of the entertainment business. We would like to thank our guests, Karen Marin, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you enjoyed meeting some of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you and good day.
That was pretty good.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Jennifer Manila Bayer. Directed by Courtney McGinn.